I mean this, us. Simple. Being here. Where's mind? Where's mind now? That's one of the useful things about coming together. It's an opportunity to just be here now. Mind, I don't know, maybe it's thinking, what's he talking about? Maybe it's thinking back to, what you've got to do afterwards, or what you've done before, or whether this is worth it, or whether you agree or not. That's a great one. We love that one. Well, I agree with it. I agree with that, but I don't agree with that. And on and on. Who cares whether we agree or not? A lot of the time, yeah, because agreement is this ability that we have with our mind. Very valid. Nobody's getting rid of agreement. But is it, are we slaves to agreement? Because when we're not rooted, when people aren't rooted, they're not rooted in the silence of their being. I'm sorry, even in Santa Fe, which is a real spiritual place, they're not rooted in, it's just the same as it is in Chicago or New York or England or down the seaside or Costa Rica or Sweden or Denmark. It doesn't matter. It's the same syndrome. Distracted, opinionated. Don't mean that badly. I've got some very interesting opinions about things myself, but I don't take them, so seriously that I put my life on them, because I found that putting my life on silence, and I'm not putting myself on any kind of pedestal, because I fall off all the time. But I am saying I cultivate it because I've seen, and if I can share anything with you guys, I've seen after 10, 20 years of this ridiculous spiritual journey, all sorts of entanglements and red herrings, that coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back and failing. We don't like to talk of failure on the spiritual path because we're so used to being trained to be good little boys and good little girls. And so when we bring that into the spiritual path, spiritual journey, and when we fail to get it right, I've tried being in presence, I've tried being equanimous, and then I went to see my parents or my boyfriend or somebody down at the supermarket or something triggered me and I lost it, and I've failed somehow. And I go on about failure because I won't have it. I won't have this thing of of failing and then that being an indication that we've got it wrong and therefore it's not really worth it, or there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with anybody. There's nothing wrong with anybody. Once we sort of throw away some of these erroneous ideas that you can bring self-beratement onto the spiritual path, you can't get out of that one. You can't self-attack and be on self-looking. Yes, but even in all of that, come back. You fall off, you get it wrong. That's why I'm saying this, because it's very difficult to stay seemingly in this presence, in this space, in this moment, in this being here. And it might be easy now, and then we go off and we go to get on with our lives, and they seem to be in opposition to each other. But they're not in opposition to each other, because once you cultivate this being here, where is it? Well, it's not just here, that's for sure. It's not just here. It's not a mindy thing. Despite what mind says, it's this.